me to stay here till the end of the meeting, but just in case something happens, I want to say to all the panelists, as chairman of this committee, thank you for your time and hard work put into this. Senator Booker.
Mr. McDonough, what happens when a person with a life-threatening disease cannot get access to a life-saving drug?
Not a good outcome.
Be more specific for me.
If it's a life-threatening situation and they're not getting access to that medication, then the life is at danger.
And you know situations, right?
I do know situations.
Where contributing to the death of an American was their inability to access, over time, the life-saving drugs that they need.
Or because of the process of being put into place, such as prior authorizations that wasn't done timely and the person stroked and died, yes.
So why aren't we calling this what it is? My friends across the aisle and others have called this a scam. Multi-level marketing is a scam. Internet people that prey on senior citizens, that's scammers. This is a level of corporate violence that is costing American lives, a level of colossal greed at the expense of patient well-being. Am I overstating the fact, Mr. McDonough?
No, there's situations like that with every pharmacy.
Yeah, and so I've been in your state, and I sat around a table of senior citizens who each of them told me stories that they ration their drugs against doctors' orders, cut pills in half. What kind of peril does that put people in?
They're not getting the medication they're supposed to be getting, and it's going to be endangering their lives.
Endangering their lives. Because the desperate people in our country who have drugs for cancers, have drugs for heart conditions, have drugs for conditions that are threatening their lives, are put in the moral dystopia of having to make a decision that is not left to them, to ration drugs or not have them at all when they fulfill the prescription, when they can't fulfill the prescription from their doctor. This is not a scam. This is a moral obscenity, and it's corporate violence. The former FTC chair, Lena Khan, under her leadership, released an interim staff report that found that the three biggest PBMs, Caremark Rx, CVS, Express Scripts, and Optimum Rx, marked up numerous life-saving drugs, thousands of percents, and many others by hundreds of percents, dispensed at their affiliated pharmacies. These drugs include treatment for cancer, HIV, multiple sclerosis, pulmonary hypertension, and more. Shockingly, hundreds of times the cost of people just over the Canadian border. They made more than $7.3 billion in revenue from dispensing drugs, hiking up prices over the course of just 6 years. This idea of breaking up big medicine is not just about dealing with awful antitrust, and there are a lot of industries where corporate concentration has caused consumers to pay more. But in this case, it's not just causing consumers to pay more, it is, as your testimony has said, threatening the lives of Americans. PBMs are not the only contributor to high drug prices, but the vertical integration that's allowed powerful market players to buy other entities in the supply chain and steer patients towards drugs with higher out-of-pocket costs is causing grievous harms in a country, and it cannot be allowed to go on. According to the research of the American Economic Liberties Project, released on March 10th, at least 326 U.S. pharmacies have closed just since December 19th, 2024, when Congress abandoned a bipartisan, bicameral PBM reform as part of the stopgap spending bill. We know how to solve this problem. Inaction is complicity. There is nothing short of an evil going on in our country that is allowing millions of Americans to suffer under an unjust system that's hurting small business people with you that have a larger focus in life. Not only running your business, but helping rural communities. Again, I've been in your community, helping people get access to drugs, even when you deliver them in the middle of the night. This is wrong. This is unjust. This is violence. This is moral obscenity going on in our nation. We know the solutions. This committee has got to fix that. Thank you.
Senator Schiff.